known locally as the home of the gods, the Parvati Valley in the Indian Himalayas. In this dramatic, cloud-swept landscape, our villagers lost to time, and until recently, to the police as well. One young officer is determined to change that. Hashish, the district police chief, is taking the fight to cannabis growers in the Parvati Valley. The region has become famous the world over for the quantity and quality of cannabis produced here. This squad of 20 policemen will trek for a day and a half up to an altitude of 3,500 meters to destroy cannabis fields. It's their most ambitious mission to date.
I think it's well over 20 acres. If you look at all the fields on that mountain and then on all these sides too, it's huge.
Okay, men, you've got to start spreading out. Don't stay in the same place. All right, now start cutting.
Even though cannabis grows naturally across the Parvati Valley, what the squad find here are plantations on an industrial scale. Cannabis that is being illegally grown by traffickers on government-owned land. Do you think destroying these fields will make a difference?
Of course it does. This place here where we're destroying the fields, nobody will plant cannabis here again for at least 2 years.
It's tiring work, and the policemen soon figure out their own techniques to flatten the crop. For Hashish, destroying the cannabis before it's transformed into hashish is crucial.
It is around 3 bighas of land that we have destroyed. So you can make around 8-9 kg of cannabis out of this. We have already destroyed 8-9 kgs.
But his enthusiasm isn't shared by cannabis destruction veterans like Constable Padam Singh.
It's become a little bit like a game. The villagers plant cannabis, we cut it, then they just plant it further up the mountains where we can't reach it. Even when we do destroy it, they're happy because it means the crop that survives will sell for more.
Nearby, in an abandoned outhouse, the police find evidence that next year's crop is already being prepared. There are more than 10 kilos of cannabis seeds in this drum, enough to plant an acre. Word gets out soon about the police's presence. Cannabis may be illegal, but it is a vital cash crop for the farmers here, traditionally forming a large part of their income in the winter.
Look at what they're doing over there. They've destroyed the entire crop. Now how will we get any money? We're going to starve this winter.
For the residents of the Parvati Valley, the cannabis plant has always been important. It is used for making shoes, ropes, even as a cooking ingredient. And of course, as a source of what is considered to be the best cannabis resin, or hashish, in the world. A month later, and the post-monsoon sun has brought the cannabis crop to flower. Everywhere, the air hangs heavy with the smell of the season's first hashish. Before it is trafficked to the streets of Canada and Europe, it has been consumed here by tourists who trek to remote mountain hamlets to get what some call the world's highest high. Ringo has made the journey 3 times. He's come looking for a special and highly potent variety of hashish called Malana cream.
Yeah, you see the rocks over there? Behind that are the marijuana fields.
Even a sprained ankle couldn't keep him from making the trek.
You'll find cream everywhere, because this is the time of the harvest. When you smoke cream, your head starts to spin. Indian hashish is the only one that has psychedelic effects. You see colours, sparkle in space, and it helps clear your thoughts.
The influx of foreign cannabis tourists like Ringo has over the last 3 decades transformed the villages of the Parvati Valley. In that time, India has become one of the top 5 global exporters of cannabis, with much of the drug originating from these Himalayan mountainsides. Here, entire families have become dependent on the sale of cannabis for their income. Taking us for buyers, the villagers show us samples of the hashish they're selling.
Do you want some good old hashish from a good old lady?
Is that what you're selling?
Yes, taste. It's very fresh.
The villagers sell both to passing tourists, but also to buyers who want larger quantities.
Normally the price is 1,000 rupees if you want to buy only 10 grams.
Yeah, but if you buy more, the price can come down to 700.
Yeah, 700's a great price.
As our proposed transaction gets more serious, we're asked to move inside. The regular police checks have evidently done little to deter the villagers.
The police have been chopping down all our cannabis. They've destroyed so many fields. And then we have to pay the Nepalis 400 rupees. There's also the cost of farming the land. So yeah, good quality stuff costs between 2,000 to 3,000.
The men aren't comfortable with us filming the purchase, so we switch to hidden cameras as they keep on showing us the different kinds of hashish on offer. Prices vary, starting at €8 for 10 grams and going up to nearly €30 for the highly prized cream. While our sellers get high, Abhishek is taking his policemen even higher. The harvest is a critical time, and police squads have been scouring mountainsides for camps of cannabis growers. On the way, one of the policemen finds the going too tough, and incredibly, in front of our camera, decides to roll himself a joint of freshly rubbed hashish. What are you doing?
I'm rubbing some hashish. To smoke and to sell. A lot of people smoke here and some sell too. It's in our tradition.
Pyarechand is rubbing the resin out of the cannabis plant. A hardened form of the resin is used to make hashish. In 10 minutes, he manages to gather enough on his hand to produce a small, ready-to-smoke ball of hashish.
Look, how fresh.
However, his plans to smoke it fresh don't work out.
What were you doing?
I was just trying.
Trying? Look at this, you've got cannabis all over your hands.
If catching one of his own men rubbing hashish isn't bad enough, it's about to get worse for Abhishek. After 8 hours of walking, the police arrive at a batch of fields surrounded by small camps. Abhishek suspects Nepali rubbers live here, but they've been tipped off about the police and have all fled. Abhishek and his men search the site for clues.
It is not very old, maybe yesterday's rice, and here's some vegetable also.
The ubiquitous cannabis seeds aren't too difficult to find, but it is a tougher job catching and arresting the Nepalis who control 60% of the fields.
We face difficulties in terms of manpower to go to the field and to catch these people. Unless you catch them with conscious possession, active possession of cannabis, you cannot arrest them.
It's been a long and frustrating day for the police. Arresting the Nepalis will be impossible, but they will be punished. The camp is set on fire by the departing policemen. Leaving the police behind, we set off to track the Nepali traffickers and find a group of them further down the valley. Salty runs 3 cannabis plantations. He agrees to take us to his fields. He first came to India nearly 20 years ago. Although he owns a proper house, Salty camps outside during the harvest.
Yeah, this one is our cave.
So you sleep there?
Yeah, night time.
From his fields, Salty manages to extract nearly 15 kilos of cannabis every year. A network of mobile phones keeps him informed about the police movements in the area.
Like this, you know, like this.
With his team of couriers, Salty has been transporting hashish across India for more than a decade.
5 kilos, 10 kilos. You just tell me how much you want. You just give me an address in Delhi or in Manali. It's even transported outside India, but those are the really big dealers. They've got links with ministers. We're just the small fish. They're like the crocodiles.
It's been a good year for Salty so far. The police have destroyed his rivals' fields, pushing up the price for his hashish. But some of Salty's compatriots haven't been quite as fortunate. Further down the valley, where every second shop sells drug accessories, Abhishek's men have captured a group of Nepali workers suspected of being cannabis couriers. The regular police raids have hit the network of traffickers, and Abhishek has another reason to be happy.
Deepak,
show me your hands. Have you been rubbing hashish?
No.
This year, compared to last year, seizures of cannabis, hashish, the final product, have come down by 60%.
Abhishek believes the drop in seizures is linked to his team's destruction of a record 1,300 acres of cannabis plantations.
It is challenged at state level, it is challenged at central level, and rather it is challenged at international level. I firmly believe that it can be eradicated if we could be more aggressive.
This year, 2/3 of the people arrested for narcotics-related offences in this region have been Nepalis. But even more than the presence of traffickers, it is perhaps the omnipresence of the cannabis plant that makes Abhishek's task so formidable. The police chief has been too busy to notice the cannabis growing outside his own office.